fuck is going on? Hey Blankers, and welcome back to the second part of this podcast episode. Do you remember at the end of the last one we had so much great stuff recorded we had to break it up? Well, this is the next bloody bit. Enjoy! Well, hello Blankers, and welcome back to the second part of this podcast. And as is our tradition in the second series, we're joined by a local guest. This week, none other than Mr. James Neall. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Small posse moment.
How did you fit so many people in this tiny room?
Thousands of them. Just back, you bastards.
Lots of camp ghosts.
There was a lot of camp ghosts in here, wasn't there? Ooh, scary. So, Mr. Neall, thank you very much for giving us your time on a Friday night.
Thank you for having me. It's nice
you going
to
nowhere
be here.
else? We were just keeping you on the streets, really, weren't we? It's more of a service we're doing than anything
pretty much.
else.
If it wasn't for this, I'd just be down at some dark alleyway doing something unspeakable.
Let us immediately gloss
It's
over
all right.
that.
Save it for the interval, my friend. Save it for the
Keep
interval.
your good name unsullied for now. So why don't you start by telling the lovely listeners and anyone that doesn't know who you are, what you do, why might you be here?
Why might I be here? Oh, isn't that the question?
It is a good question. If not, we can fill in the blanks, but give us a little praise of who James Neall is.
Well, so I'm from Canvey Island, born
We
and
will
raised.
not hold that against you.
Yeah,
You're fine.
Please don't. My feet
You're here
my
for
toes
the
aren't
next-
webbed. It's all good.
You are.
I've been playing guitar for a few years now. God, I probably started when I was about 7 or 8, I think. So really young. I trained in classical guitar for about 8 years, and then got bored of that and decided doing covers instead.
Yeah, that's where the glory is. Isn't
That's where the money is.
That's the fun and the money, right?
Yeah, that's how I like get the chicks. Is like, oh hey, do you want to hear some Beethoven? No. Oh, okay.
Turns out, yeah.
How about some Ed Sheeran? Ooh.
Weak at the knees.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it means to an end. Means to an end.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
and but it's just a nice, fun little hobby, you know.
So when did you start going from classical to the covers and stuff? And when did you? And is it all transferable? Presumably.
I mean, yeah, kind
Not being a
of.
guitar player myself, I mean, obviously Pip Whitehouse to your right is trained in most instruments, as we know. But for those that aren't, like myself and Dell.
And black belt in jiu-jitsu as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, multi-talented. But yeah, what's the? Is it all transferable? Is it?
I mean, I suppose so. You're playing the same notes and the same strings. It's just in different ways. I kind of wish I paid more attention to the theory side of stuff.
Yeah.
Because when I started interacting with other musicians, it's kind of very important to know like musical scales and stuff, which is very boring when you're like 10 or 12 and you have to learn all that. But you need to know that stuff if you want to jam or riff with someone. You know?
That's the building blocks.
Those are the foundations.
Right. So how do you come across them sort of speed bumps, mate?
Just keep practicing, playing with different people. Open mics are a great one for that. You know, like if anyone is listening and they want to be a budding young musician of any kind, just go to open mics, chat to other people, and just play songs with them, basically.
And is classical more picking?
Yeah, classical is all
What, as
like
in, like,
finger
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Or are you talking?
No, it's like more. So it's more picking, obviously. Then get some chords and then strumming.
You can have chord shapes like a plectrum. You're not allowed to use a plectrum in classical guitar. It's very.
Did you have that? Did you grow that one long fingernail?
I not for guitar.
Cocaine fingernail. Yeah.
You know it well, Phil.
I love that Phil knew that. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he's a top musician, isn't he?
Exactly.
No, you learn these things.
I mean, yeah, you learn these things in the music circle. It's all finger picking, which I suppose has been quite helpful with certain songs that are a bit more complicated. It's not like it's quite good because you get some people that do learn instruments through YouTube videos and stuff, and sometimes you can tell like, oh yeah, no, you picked it up from like dodgydaves.com YouTube channel, didn't you?
So you can almost direct onto a particular thing that they're doing and go,
kind of, because there's a lot of terrible advice out there, isn't there, for anything.
Tell us about it. Yeah,
a lot of terrible advice on the internet. So it definitely helped me.
Yeah,
definitely helped me playing classical guitar. But around about, I think my teenage year, late teenage, so probably about 16, 15, I just got bored of playing classical guitar, and I'm like, okay, I want to do something fun.
Your music taste changed as well, then, didn't it? Start to change. So.
I mean, yeah, probably quite a lot.
So, you granddad, your uncle, and your mum and dad.
Yeah, well, like
big influence.
absolutely. Like my mum's side of the family are probably the biggest influence in music I've had. Obviously, Pinos, friend of the show.
Yeah,
Sure.
Pinos.
My
Nicely
uncle.
done. Nicely done.
little nod to Pinos.
Yeah, a little nod to Pinos. And,
We should all nod at his peanuts.
Yeah, a big nod, Pinos.
But yes, so my mum, my uncle, my granddad, they are quite a big part of my musical taste. A lot of the foundations of my music taste rest on them. My dad is quite a big Elvis fan. I am not.
Okay.
I'm not really a massive Elvis fan.
So can you kind of appreciate it?
Oh, I
but
can definitely
without
appreciate
liking
it.
on a personal level.
Yeah, I can appreciate it for what it is. And as time's gone on, I've grown to like some of his songs as well. Like I do like Jailhouse
Well, your
Rock.
dad's or Elvis's?
Yeah. You've seen him cut dance moves on the floor after a few beers. He's
He can do it. He can mash it up.
he's got the moves. I'm proud to say I got my music taste from my mum's side, but my dancing skills are definitely from dad.
Oh,
Thank
really?
God they weren't from yeah, Pinos, friend of the show, sure, but dancer, he was nuts.
Oh, he will have some beef with you, Mr.
Yeah, well,
next
I'm
time you
putting
see
it
him.
out there. It's forever recorded now. Sorry, Paul. Love you. As you were. Sorry, James.
Well, yeah, no. What was the question?
Do you know what? I kind of forget. It was so we were talking sort of influences and so on, weren't we? So
Right.
if Elvis isn't necessarily your bag per se, what might be?
So I grew up with a big interest in classic rock from the 70s, mostly. Classic rock from the 70s. I always say like Queen and The Who and Rolling Stones, you know, some of the biggest influences.
powerhouses, yeah.
The powerhouses, yeah. AC/DC as well. Oh, like Thunderstruck,
yeah.
which is probably the first non-classical guitar piece I ever learnt was Thunderstruck.
really? Yeah?
Yeah, the whole
It's quite, yeah, it seems fairly frenetic.
it's easy as piss.
It's got Mozart
Oh, is it
all
really?
over it.
It's easy as piss. Yeah.
See, that's the
Mozart all over it.
untrained eye would look at it and go, oh my God, he's moving like an absolute clappers. But it's,
I mean, it's like Australian Mozart is what AC/DC is. It's Australian Mozart.
now that is the sentence.
So
that's never been said.
here's one for you then, James. So obviously classical, bit of a Who fan as well.
Yes.
So what did you make of like Tommy, the rock opera?
I haven't. I
Have you ever-
love the album. I have
Yeah.
not seen the film,
Right, okay.
but I do really enjoy the
yeah,
album.
more the music side because the film's like I,
mean,
I like it,
it's
but it's
mental.
nuts.
Yeah, it's completely
proper
mental,
nuts.
isn't it?
I mean, the
it's
music
mental.
side to it is amazing. It's just I love story albums. You know, like that and like 2112 by Rush is another great album that tells a
Fair to
story.
get Rushified.
Yeah.
Like it's just I do really enjoy albums that tell a complete
Being
story.
taken all the way
Yes.
through, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, I'd say classic rock. And when it comes to what I play live and everything, I kind of tailor it towards a crowd. If it's an older type of crowd, I play more of like the classic rocks and songs from like 90s downwards.
Okay.
And if it's more of a younger crowd, I play some more stuff that you hear on the radio more often. You know, George Ezra, Ed Sheeran, that type of stuff.
Oh, cool.
So you can go from sort of 60s, 70s through to present day in a style.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can. I have a bit of taste in everything.
Nice. Favourite artist?
Favourite artist? That is a very hard question.
Yeah.
That is a very, very hard
Yeah.
question.
It's one we want you to answer.
And Phil won't let go of you until you do.
Let go of my arm. I can't. You're hurting me.
Answers the question.
Go on, give us.
I mean, my knee-jerk reaction when people ask me that is Queen, because really, like, their songs are epic. They didn't confine themselves to one genre.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously each member of the band was a complete master at their own instrument or their own thing in a different way. Nobody could control a crowd like Freddie Mercury, you know?
Yeah.
No one can do a lick like Brian May, you know? Roger Taylor is fucking smashing it on those drums as best as anyone. And John Deacon is one of the best bass players in the business. You know,
It's hard to say, really. That it's not there in that case.
I mean,
really,
it's a basic bitch answer of Queen, but there is a reason.
There's
for
a
that.
reason why a lot of people choose them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if that's a sort of an all-time thing, who's your current artist of choice?
Oh, I'm really into. I went to Leeds Fest last year, and my favourite artist there by far was Jerry Cinnamon.
I know Jerry Cinnamon. Yeah.
Freaking love Jerry Cinnamon. It's not like
The crowd's go insane. for him
it
as
was.
well.
It was
I
absolutely.
love
He
that
was
guy.
the best act at Leeds last year, and this you had like Liam Gallagher there, you had Stormzy, you had like Wolf Alice. Wolf Alice is another amazing.
She's amazing,
they are an amazing band, and I really love Wolf Alice. But Jerry Cinnamon is just, I love the fact that he's a pub singer that kind of accidentally got famous, you know?
Yeah.
And not many people sing with a Scottish accent either.
Which is very true.
It is.
He pulls it off a treat. Yeah.
He really does. I mean, when I perform, I play Belter, is one of my favourite songs of his, and I play that live. And when I do, I really have to struggle to not sing in a Scottish accent.
Oh, really?
It's just kind of
to tribute.
I
can't do that.
Oh god, yeah. Well, it would probably. I'm no good with accents. Not like you, fine gentlemen. I can't just pull an accent out like that.
Let's not talk about the Geordies.
Takes a while.
They're outside. Just waiting to open the door at any moment.
But
but what about James? Sort of like. So I don't know. You know the music scene more, like the current music scene, better than us. I would say probably. What about bands wise? Is there any bands, like current bands, that are like up and coming that you respect or you like?
Wolf Alice is definitely
are they a band? Are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, they're a band. Another good one is a local band from Southend. You probably know them. They've been about for a few years now. Nothing But Thieves.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really good, and they're just like below the radar, aren't they? They don't really get playtime on major radios.
That's what it is, because it's all sort of dying a bit of a death.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the lack of
the
band things. I didn't know if there's like another movement going to bubble up, because sometimes you get.
Yeah, I think it will.
It's
all
in
cycles,
isn't
it?
it? Yeah, absolutely. So you'd like to think so, because guitars don't go out.
It's only because the recent ones coming through, like Jerry Cinnamon, Sam Fender, and people like that. It just seems to be more sort of solo artists rather than bands. But I don't know what it is. Is that more easier access to get to gigs? Are people not like meeting up to jam anymore, or is that just not being as creative? I don't know.
Oh god! Well, the market changes, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I
know.
You do get different stuff, like power ballads in the 90s turn into like pop, like Britney Spears and stuff like that in the noughties, and now it's sort of like rap and everything is kind of in the top 40s, but you've always got the good stuff just bubbling under the surface for a while, haven't you?
Live music always finds an audience, doesn't it?
God, yeah.
I'm guessing the accessibility is probably the answer to that question.
And now, music is more accessible now than it ever was before.
That's what I mean. You can go on YouTube, you can play in your bedroom on YouTube as a singer-songwriter and bang a song out and it's done.
Yeah.
Whereas in the old days, you probably had to go and join a band or go, I can play guitar, let's get a band together. So you probably had more band. I think.
And even if you was doing something solo back then, you still had to like find the money to have a recording studio to get a record produced. Now like
it's just a laptop,
Sam Ryder, obviously from Eurovision, he got famous through TikTok during lockdown. So like, and now look at him, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
he's
fair play.
Very, very good vocalist. I really enjoy Sam Ryder.
He's frighteningly good, isn't he?
It's like when I first heard the Spaceman, I just kind of thought like you dismissed it as usual Euro trash. But then the more I got into it, the more it played on the radio, I'm like, okay, this is actually a bop. Yeah. This is actually a fucking bop. I can really like this. And now I'm up there with him when it's on the radio. It's like, Space Man. I can't do the high notes.
Weirdly, Dell has got that absolutely pitch perfect. We'll do that probably at the end of
another time, yeah.
I can hit that.
Yeah.
He's got a hole in his trousers and he's got a pair of tweezers on him. So it's
I'm not talking about the music. I'm just looking at you going, I can hit that.
Yeah, no, the eye contact is intense right now.
You're essentially being come on to at this point.
Exactly.
So we'll try and control him. Let's quick Phil, distract him. Ask another question.
Culture.
Excellent. So theoretically, thanks for that. So you've obviously mentioned playing live and stuff and sort of doing covers and bits and pieces. So what's the next sort of thing that we can hear you at? If people are looking to hear you specifically, are you currently gigging? Is there? You mentioned open nights. What's the?
Well, if you're local to the Essex area, you can quite often find me on a Thursday night down Peggy Sue's on London Road. That's a very good gig house. I've got a gig coming up there on the 10th of February.
Plug like a bitch.
Very nice.
Go,
10th of February, Peggy Sue's. You're all invited, of course.
Of course. Very reasonable entry.
Well, completely free this time.
Holy mackerel, that is reasonable. I can't grumble.
I was going to say, you don't have to pay to see me, so...
Oh my God.
Drinks free too?
No, you've got to pay for that.
Sorry. So well, wasn't he? He really was. He was doing so well.
But yeah, I just sort of like... I can't... I'm not a very good songwriter. I can't write my own songs.
Is that next then?
Yeah, is that what you're going to get into?
Well, I've been trying to work on that for about 7 years now. Working on writing my own songs.
It doesn't come overnight. Yeah.
No, it's a process. It's a process. In fact, we are quite lucky because the song I'm performing today, one of them, I wrote with the very brilliant wordsmith himself, Richard Della, standing right.
Stop
So-
it! No,
This is
stop
brand
it! No,
new
don't stop it!
information.
No!
Don't stop.
So this is like Elton John and
Bernie
D.
Taupin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
loving it.
Exactly.
I went with Kiki D.
Well,
I didn't know where you were going with that.
weirdly enough, that's my middle name, Richie Kiki D.
D-L-O.
Oh, you kinky
I know,
bitch.
yeah, exactly, man.
So he wrote with it. Is he performing with you, or is this just a solo?
please.
I mean-
Please.
I mean, we can make some last minute adjustments.
No, when you say wordsmith, you've got the angelic voice, mate. So you.
Oh,
you're,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I can.
But yeah, no. So songwriting is always something that I'm looking towards. But like,
So you said 7 years. You must have other
Yeah, you must-
stuff you've done, though. Even if you're not happy with it, you've got,
I mean, not
got
really.
like,
no.
bits of songs.
Okay, yeah. I kind of my phone, like my current phone and my old phones are littered with like 20-second videos of like me playing a little lick or like a little riff.
This
and
could
it's
turn
like-
into something, or this could be a.
Well, yeah,
Is that
exactly.
right,
But then I just kind of forget about it because I don't know what to do with it in the end. Like, I mean, I was reading Keith Richards' autobiography recently, and he talks about the very same thing of like he wakes up in the middle of night with a lyric. He had a notebook by his bed, and he'd
Yeah.
write the lyric in a note, then go back to sleep, and then work with it the next morning.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've basically got that on my phone, but I never go back to work on it.
You're halfway there.
I'm halfway there.
You just haven't got the second half.
Yeah,
of the process.
I've
Okay.
never had like that much stamina. I've always been a sprinter, never a marathoner.
That's a nice way of putting
A
it.
nice analogy. So I think what's really next is just kind of keep on getting gigs, keep on performing. I enjoy what I do, which is just singing
Wouldn't you
covers.
consider collaborating with someone into someone who is
Hello.
who could?
White House
Is
reaching
this an
out.
offer, Phil?
No, I'm just saying, like someone who could, like
Bit of fishing
someone you can
going
work with who is better at that. You can just go up. Let's.
I mean, like that's one of the best things about open mics is
Yeah.
you can collaborate. I've loved jamming with other people and other artists. I do. I do some videos with a very good friend of mine who's actually the reason I got into singing in the first place.
Oh, okay.
And because what it was oh god, back 2016 I think was my first ever live performance, and we entered into a talent show at a local pub. And originally I was just going to be the guitar and she was going to sing, but a couple of weeks before she got tonsillitis and she had to pull out, and I'm just like, well, I've entered in, I might as well just go and see what
Yeah,
happens.
needs must.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, and so I thought like it was like a half empty pub, and like I just got on there and I played and I sang, and it turned out I was actually okay at it. So it's like, oh, okay, I suppose I
This
can
has
work.
opened up doors. Yeah.
You ditched her.
Yeah.
Yeah, drops her like a bad habit.
Well, no, that's,
we're off, lady.
That's the thing. Like we have gotten together and we have recorded songs that we put on YouTube as well. I mean, we've only got. I'm not. Well, I suppose I could plug the YouTube
covers?
channel.
No, absolutely,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
covers.
yeah.
But the
We're
thing is, the
happy
YouTube
to
channel's
take all
2 years old, and well, actually, sorry, it's more than 2 years old. We've only got 2 songs on it, and we haven't posted in about a year and a half. So
You send us the link and we can put it on our page.
Yeah,
can't we?
Absolutely,
of course.
but yeah,
Oh,
feel free
bless you,
to
thank
feel free
you.
to plug away. Absolutely.
maybe a bit later.
Also,
then,
with
if I can
this first gig that you was talking about, was what the nerves like? Was it
I was
okay?
fucking
Was it
terrified.
natural? Yeah,
I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I had a set of 3 songs that I was going to perform, and then like I had no idea how it was going to turn out.
Yeah.
You know, I'd done a couple of like not gigs, but like classical guitar shows. You know,
Okay.
so like the guitar school that I was at, they put it's like parents' evening talent show.
I was
Type
going to say,
thing.
yeah, friends and family. come
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see
yeah,
what we've
exactly.
done
And
this
you
year.
do your bit, and then you
Yeah.
sit for an hour and a half of other nervous kids doing their bit. So this is different. This was like singing, and that was very, very nerve wracking at the time. I was absolutely terrified. But once I finished and I came off, it's like my hands were shaking. I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I think the year before that year I done tandem parachuting, like as a birthday present.
Yeah.
I got clipped on to this crazy Australian motherfucker, and he threw me out of a plane with himself and pulled the parachute. I was almost sick on a cow. It was great fun. I loved it.
Sick on a cow.
Almost sick on a cow.
Mate,
Like,
that's a great name for an album.
that is
really is, isn't
my
it?
debut album, Sick on a Cow. But and first time I came off stage, it's like, oh my god, this is
Same
the exact
adrenaline
same
buzz,
rush of
yeah.
adrenaline that I had when skydiving.
Was there a cow by the stage as well?
There was not a cow by the stage.
That's on his rider.
There was a really a cow-looking woman in the corner. Not the same thing.
Yeah, that'll have to do. Come here, lady. So do you still get that same kind of, not rush of adrenaline, but do you get the same feeling, or is it the same buzz, or is it like a more mellow? It's more manageable nerves, but it still gives me the same ultimate.
It depends on the context. I think my first gig after lockdown was quite nervous because it was a lot of new songs I hadn't played before.
Okay.
And there was this one song I was very nervous about. It was I learnt an Ed Sheeran song, "You Need Me, I Don't Need You." I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
It's like the fast rapping one. And like everyone had their lockdown hobby, didn't they? People were baking banana bread or cutting their own hair. I was learning how to sing that song. And that did take the full 2 months of the first lockdown to learn.
Yeah.
And so I remember the first time I performed that, coming off and my legs were shaking. It's like, oh, okay. So I was quite nervous doing that. And so, and if I'm doing a normal open mic or even a gig at a regular place like Peggy's or Crafty Cask, whatever.
Yeah.
The enjoyment's there, but the fear and the adrenaline's not there, you know?
Okay.
Because it's just...
prefer to
Yeah, it's
have
because
that?
it's...
Yeah.
I don't think
what makes
so.
you a better artist?
I don't think the adrenaline after the fact is a nice rush, but I don't think that's what makes me a good artist. I think I give my best performances when I'm having fun and the audience are giving back to me. It's all performers. It's they feed off what the audience gives them. You know?
Yeah.
Personally, I think the adrenaline makes you sharp. It gives you sometimes an edge when you need it.
Fair enough. Maybe I'm just not doing anything
But
exciting enough.
No,
I wonder if it's
that's
because it's
just
too...
that's just a person.
I was going to say, because it might be two very different kind
yeah,
of...
but that
isn't it?
would make sense, to get the energy back. So you're playing off.
So you're going to get that tonight, though, when he performs the song?
Yeah.
Just absolutely...
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, let's go out and steal some cars.
Literally, yeah. I'm gonna show you a good time, Phil. And you, Jim, obviously.
Sure. I mean, I don't want to feel like that was a bit of an...
No.
I mean, you guys go have fun. Just leave me here, turn off the lights. I'll just sit here in the dark alone.
If you could run the Hoover round and then just make everything pretty, and then, we'll let you out in the morning. Splendid stuff. So we sort of mentioned YouTube, we've mentioned bits and pieces, but have you got socials where people can track you down?
I do actually. I'll get it up right now. I have...
Whoa, steady on.
I did it.
I'm so sorry, that was a cheat
No.
but we'll take it.
No, that's been up for a while now, Jim.
That's the adrenaline again.
That's the adrenaline. I've got a Facebook and an Instagram page, names of the same name for both, but I post way more on Instagram than Facebook. And my Instagram is j.r-music-acoustic.
Snappy. Do that one more time for me, just in case. J.R.
music acoustic.
Acoustic.
Yeah.
Okay.
On
Same for
Instagram,
both.
on the socials.
Splendid stuff.
Same with the YouTube. We'll get it up for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll post everything.
I'll have to go digging around for that video because I can't even remember. I think it's called James and Maddie or something. But
does exactly what it says on the tin.
Exactly what it said. Well, yeah, it's she was setting it up and she's like, what do we call this? I'm like, I don't know. How about our names? She's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good place to start.
And he says he can't write. Guys, just he's not living the right life, is he? And then so we've got gig on the 10th of February at Peggy Sue's.
Yes.
Is the next time people can see, which is Leon C.
London Road.
Sort of London Road, yeah.
Yeah, Lee.
Let's call it where it.
Lee off sea.
Lee off sea. Lee near the sea.
Lee near the sea.
Perfect stuff. And then is there something after that, or are you kind of keeping it quite casual and you do things as and when you want to?
Pretty much, yeah. The good thing about having it as a hobby that I sometimes get paid for is I'm not pressured to find that next gig. I'm not pressured to oh God, I need to do 5 gigs a week in order to just pay for my food this week.
Stuff,
so I'm quite lucky in that respect. I just do it because I enjoy it, and if I can get paid for it as well, then that's just a bonus, Do
you think you could, if you had to, as in is it easy to get these gigs, or is
a good friend of mine at Peggy's, he does make it his living.
Yeah,
he does. He's in a band.
Yeah,
but he does host a lot of open mics, and he does do a lot of gigs, and he is working like 6-7 days a week of just doing this music
He's
stuff.
solid.
Wow.
Yeah, he is, but he's worked very hard for a very, very long time to get to that point, you know.
I was going to say, so surely if you kind of ease off, then it can very quickly.
Oh, God, yeah.
presumably.
Yeah,
Gotcha. And it's a lot more difficult. It's this year especially. We're finding it very, very difficult to just everyone for getting gigs because it's like just no one's going out and spending as much money anymore because pints cost a lot of money and you've got the cost of living crisis. So bars are struggling to buy drinks, which means they're not really going to pay for. I've already lost one of my regular places from last year. They have turned around and said, like, when business picks up, we would love to have you back, but we can't afford you.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Like, we can't justify your expense.
You can't really knock it, can you? It's like, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, like,
Understood.
so it's the sensible part of my brain is like, well, keep a consistent day job, and then just have this as your fun little hobby.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
And if anything comes of it, bonus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's yeah.
Nice.
Great.
The smart move, man.
It's the smart move. That's what it's got to be.
smart move.
In these conditions, it's got to be the smart
gotta be
move,
smart
Richie.
move,
You're
man.
absolutely right, my son. Splendid. Gentlemen, any questions for our guest as of now, or are we happy
I think we'll
to...
answer them.
Quick one.
yes, Richie. Probe him.
Quick fire one. What's your favourite sandwich, mate?
Favorite sandwich. Oh, okay.
Don't think about it too much. Just
Okay,
hit me.
Marmite.
Cool.
Marmite.
There you
Love
go.
a Marmite sandwich.
Unbelievable. I'm livid.
Are we-
I'm absolutely livid.
Are you
now.
one of these haters?
Jim is a-
I must.
You're
I'm
a
afraid
Marmite
I-
hater.
Oh, yeah, very much so. It's
Yeah, I don't
yeast.
like
I mean, it's literally an STD in a sandwich.
Do you know what? You gotta
It's in
respect
a lot of beers and stuff. Yeast. Bread.
God damn it. I love
the
that
conflict
liquid
on his
STD.
face right now.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, I'm a lover again.
Feast
Fine.
on the yeast.
I must admit, you got to respect Marmite for having a very ballsy ad campaign of like, you either love it or you don't. You know, like a lot of ad campaigns, like we appeal to a broad variety of people. No, Marmite.
50% of you are going to detest this shit.
Yeah. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Jog on.
Yeah, it's become a cultural
That should
thing,
be
innit?
the
People
tagline.
use Marmite as that now. Oh, it's
It is
Marmite,
absolutely,
isn't it?
yes.
Exactly. It's become a comparative
Byword almost,
thing.
isn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, Marmite.
Good question, Dale. Good question.
Thanks,
I
man.
didn't know where you were going, I must confess.
No.
I like it. It's turned out nice again, hasn't it? Right, well,
out,
Mr.
nice.
Neall, until we strand you on an island or talk to you about other things, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Those camp ghosts are back. Woo! Okay, we are rumbling on with the podcast, and we are going to strand our special guest, Mr. James Neall, on Desert Island Dicks. Are you ready to be stranded, Mr. Neall?
I hope so.
Delightful. Well, let's get stranding, shall we? So, obviously, for people that haven't heard it before, it's not Radio 4's Desert Island Discs. It's definitely not. It is.
If they have had it before, no, it's definitely not.
This is not the type of stuff they have on
It's a
Radio
very good
4.
point. So yeah, we're going to...
LC for Norwich if you're tuning in.
She's going to be
Tune out
livid.
quick.
Pretty tune out, yeah. Best to
Before you
turn
get
back now,
disturbed
love.
for life.
Best to turn back now. So yeah, we're going to shipwreck our guest on a legendary, mythical, fakey island and probe him deeply with some questions about the naughties. So your start of a 10, sir.
Yes.
What naughties are Richard or Dick? Do you see what we've done there? Would you like to bring to the island with you?
See, this was probably one of the most difficult ones for me because
Everyone says that to begin with because it's so wide ranging, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
how many like Richards are there? You know, like there's tons. Yeah, well, yeah. You've
In
already been
this
stranded
room,
on a
yeah.
desert island with someone else. You got off it, and then like Phil brought you back.
How unlucky would you be? Again, guys, seriously.
So long and hard, I thought about this answer, and
Good.
it came down to two people, but I decided to pick Richard Hammond from Top Gear.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Oh, good one.
Interesting. The hamster. And why, pray, would Mr. Hammond make it?
Because he is quite a ingenious, like inventive fellow, isn't he? Really, like he literally had a program on Amazon Prime
I was
a
going to
couple
say,
of
you
years
get
ago,
stranded, and
where
they
he gets
work their way
stranded
off
with
an
one of the
island.
guys from
So like
Mythbusters.
build you
on
a
it.
boat or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But it was even
They
like
sort of create water and all manner of like
Yeah,
pulley
yeah, yeah.
systems and all this sort of shit.
Like, it was even like in the last Grand Tour special. I don't know if the Scandi flick. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys watched it, but there's this moment where James's car breaks through the ice, and Richard basically invents this leverage device where it's a tree log that he jams into the ground, and a longer tree log he ties to it with the rope, and he's like using it, and him and Clarkson are pushing it, and it's like winding the rope in and pulling the car out, and it's like he's quite a clever fellow.
Yeah.
And even like Brainiac Science Abuse, when I was a kid, he hosted that. And
a lot of problem solving.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right.
Also, we can just chat about cars because like both big car guys. And if there's any big red balls on the island, he'll know how to get over them. There's a total wipeout.
You've gone what total wipeout? Do you know what? I thought you were talking about like, the horned bovine. I was like,
The look of worried confusion on Jim's face.
all of us sort of went, I don't know where he's going. He clarified it. It's fine. We're okay. Yeah, total
I forgot he
wipeout.
did that.
Yeah, good.
I mean,
point.
like,
Yeah, it's true.
they've got the American one now, but they've just so overdone it with the American one. They've gone bigger but not better. I mean, the best
I
thing
don't
about
even know.
that.
Did it originate from over here? Did it?
I think it was an English
They
thing
did it
first.
in Argentina.
It's
didn't they?
Argentinian, yeah.
Because,
So
health
there's
and safety.
very,
wasn't it?
very
Oh,
few
God,
health
yeah.
and safety laws out there. Yeah.
But yeah, Richard Hammond.
Richard Hammond. We definitely haven't had Hamster before, have we?
No.
Nice. Okay, let's crack on. So we go from your Naughties Richards to your Naughties classic album that would be serenading you and Mr. Hamster to sleep in your cleverly constructed log cabin. I presume he's going to knock up for you too.
Oh god, yeah, I'm picturing like leaf roof, but it's sort of like you pull a lever and it kind of the leaves part like curtains, so we can watch the night sky together.
Beautiful.
Romantic.
What a romantic
Nice.
bugger
yeah.
he is.
Yeah. My album that we're going to listen to is the Best of Foo Fighters collection.
Clever.
Because that came out in like 2007 or 8, I think.
Yeah.
And it is just a collection of all their best songs at that time. You know, Pretender, Learn to Fly.
Yeah.
Like My Hero, the acoustic version of Everlong, and the original classic rock version, Skin and Bones. Like just all good.
It's too many, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like 16. I think it's 16 tracks of just solid gold. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a great one. Yeah,
Absolutely. I wanted to add in my favourite Foo Fighters album, which is Wasting Light, but that came out in like 2014.
Right.
So it's like, that's a bit past that. Maybe Series 3. You don't know.
You never know.
don't know.
If we manage to keep this shit going,
yeah.
we will.
But how many
we
songs
will
on
get
that
you going.
album didn't quite do it for you?
What, on the Foo Fighters one?
Everyone's a banger.
That's the thing, all of them. I could listen to them.
Not the best of.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about the other one in 2000. Was it 14?
Again, no, I can
Was it
listen
a
to
banger
every,
as well, was it? Or-
every
yeah.
single track on that. I
Oh,
can
okay,
listen
yeah.
to just
Ooh,
over and
okay.
over. It's fucking amazing. That amazing.
Like it.
Touche. Can't argue. As a big Foos fan, I'm not arguing with that whatsoever. We're comfortable with best ofs, presumably. You haven't got some weird ruling that's going to knock that out. No, it has to be a proper album.
No, don't think so.
I mean,
I'm happy with that. It's a desert island.
Yeah, I think so.
what's the worst that's going to happen?
I mean,
Fair
like,
play.
are we talking CD media here, or MP3 media, or cassette media?
Well, fortunately, an 8-track washes up.
An 8-track.
So it's all good. It's all good. There'll be an Iowa stacking system with
God.
a 3-band graphic equalizer.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the most amazing way to record sound, an 8-track. Great sound quality.
It's whatever works by battery on the islands, because a very large amount of AA's also wash up, fortunately. So we go from music and we move to movies. So you and Hamster snuggled down, the roof's open, you're in the bed.
Yep.
You've just had a lovely 16 songs of the Foo Fighters. It's put you in a mood, and straight after the lovemaking, you want to watch a film to fall asleep. So what's playing on the telly?
Well, one of your other guests got my original answer, which was Shaun of the Dead.
Lovely.
So I thought I'd just go for the second Hot Fuzz.
Straight in.
With Hot Fuzz. And like, it's a movie I love so much. I think it's just as good, if not maybe slightly better than Shaun of the Dead.
That's quite the statement, because we are fans of the Dead.
I'm a massive fan.
I prefer Shaun of the Dead, I think.
I'm a massive fan of the zombie media and Shaun of the Dead, but Hot Fuzz does just kind of take it for me, just because the whole movie is a brilliant example of Chekhov's gun in filmmaking. You know, confused.
I'm very. It's almost like I'm a dog, and you're trying to show me a magic trick there.
It's like,
basically,
he's mistaken us for people who are intelligent. Well-learned gentlemen.
Sorry, yeah,
and
no,
sadly, we are thick as fuck.
the point I want, like, what I mean is, like, they say something and then they pay it off later in the film. Like, there's a line in the film when Nicholas Angel is in the pub talking to a couple of the local coppers, and they're like, "Oh, everyone and their mums has guns around here." He's like, "Who? Farmers and farmers' mums."
Yeah.
And then later on, it's like, he gets attacked by a farmer with a gun.
Yeah.
And the moment he disarms a farmer, the farmer's like, "Mum!" And his mum comes out with a gun and starts shooting at him as well.
Nice.
So the whole movie is just all callbacks to that. And it's just...
Yeah.
And I don't think a week... Like, no more than 2 or 3 days goes by where I don't quote something from that film. Because I'm quite a sad individual. Just before Christmas, my boss... sort of like cut his hand really badly with a saw. He was cutting down a Christmas tree or something, and so he proper bandaged up his. I know,
Kind of a
right?
sicko, isn't this guy?
It was the year before's one.
I was going to say, James, is your boss Chevy Chase?
No, my boss is not Chevy Chase. No, he's not. But he's sort of like, so yeah, he hurt his hand and everything, and every time I'd speak to him on the phone or whatever, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, mate, how's the hand?" Because that's what Nicholas always gets asked. So I'm like, and he never got the reference, and I just kept on sneering to myself while doing it.
Did he appreciate it?
I said he never got the reference, but it's just like,
No. Did he?
I found it
Did he
funny.
appreciate you asking after him?
oh yeah, no, oh we loved it.
It's like, he's such a great guy.
What a lovely chap.
But he doesn't get my fucking job.
I was going to say,
As he sniggers himself to sleep again.
Giving him like DVDs of Hot Fuzz to watch.
Watch this, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, please.
I'll do another joke.
I accidentally went to the town where they filmed Hot Fuzz as well. I was doing me in my old company, me and a work colleague were doing a job nearby, and we're staying in a hotel, Premier Inn. And I looked on the maps, and 10 minutes away was the town where they filmed Hot Fuzz. So I'm bugging the guy I work with. I'm like, "Come on, we've got to go down there. I'll buy you a pint. We've got to go down there and just see this."
It's for the greater good.
Oh, it's for the greater good. And I'm just walking about like, oh my God, this is like where he walked down with, he walked on the horse, and this is where like he shot the vicar, and it's like, that's the pub, and it's like, I was having a great time, and the guy I was with just like, the fuck
You're really,
is this doing on?
you're really fangirling out.
Yeah.
Right now. Yes, I am.
Properly.
Nice. It's a very good choice. No denying that. Okay, let's move in that case from movies through to fashion. Something very close to all of our hearts here on Not Forty Just Blank. So what's either outfit or one piece of Naughty's kind of get-up are you sporting on the island?
I went back to what I was actually wearing at the time. I'd think back to what I was actually wearing at the time, which would be something like, I was quite a plain dresser back then.
What, aeroplane?
Just planes on everything. Plain shoes, plain trousers, pants. Yeah.
Do you wear a captain's hat as well?
Wingtips on his shirt.
Got your mum to dress as a stewardess.
Oh God!
Stop it.
Actually, yeah, no,
Oh
that's
my
a bit,
God.
yeah, so I bet that sounds. They didn't mean to be sexual.
Yeah.
Considering my current partner, it actually did used to be an air hostess as well, so I'm related.
We found out where this
Yes, the aeroplane things.
Yes, no. So like, I wrote it down here. So like blue cargo shorts, basically like 3/4 length shorts.
Yeah.
And like some sort of like plain t-shirt, like whatever basic colour you want, with a short sleeve checkered button-up shirt over the top, you know, and a pair of Converse, because
pit protection, but yeah,
pretty much,
comfort.
yeah, absolutely. So that's what I was wearing.
A skater boy.
I was going to
Yeah.
say,
Kind of, yeah.
I was going to say, basically, you're dressed like Richard Hammond.
Richard Hammond,
What you've essentially described there is
God,
you're
this
dressed
this goes deeper than I thought.
Oh my God!
This does turn out to be like a psychological.
did you tap your foot at the likes of Busted and McFly at that time?
Yes, I did.
I think you'll find we all know that, Richard.
Just
I was
a little
very,
hunch there, mate.
I was a very, very big Busted and McFly fan, amongst
Very
other
big.
things.
How did you react when they broke up for bands, for example?
Or when they did they do the super group? Were they the ones
They
that
did at one point, yeah.
Busted, yeah.
McBusted, they did at one point.
Oh, I bet he was all over that.
Lost
well,
his shit,
yes.
one imagines.
But
McFlurry.
I know the event you're referencing here, and I'm still not 100% sure this happened. I think this is a story that my uncle has just made up, and it's kind of Mandela affected everyone in the family.
Well, let's hear it.
Because I have no memory of this. I've only ever heard it through my uncle, and
Let's
he's
hear the story then. What's the story?
well. Basically, the short version of it is apparently I cried when Busted split up. Like 7-year-old me bawled his eyes out. At
We know nothing about this story, by the way.
Oh,
Just-
well,
No. Don't know what you're talking about, Chad. Just probing an interview.
Yes. So, like I said, I have no memory of this. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's just all slander. But
Until there's proof.
until Until there's proof.
Absolute categorical
But
denial from
absolutely
you.
a big
Yeah.
Busted fan.
What
and
were
a
their
McFly fan.
big hits?
What, Busted?
Yeah,
Year
there was,
3000?
I thought
Yeah,
you
what,
said
year 3000, you had What I Go to School For,
Ah,
Girl
yeah,
with
that's right,
five
yeah.
colours in her hair.
5 Colours.
'cause-
That was McFly.
That was McFly.
Which is-
Who was
very
the one
good
that was from Westcliff? There was a singer-songwriter from Westcliff, wasn't he? James Bourne? Was he the one from
that
Busted?
might be, I think, yeah, that was one of the two. Because Busted and McFly are quite good friends, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when Busted broke up, one of the guys from Busted wrote a lot of McFly songs for him as well.
Oh, okay.
Because they were friends and they influenced each other.
Yeah.
Hence why McFly was kind of the next step over from Busted for me.
And then the squidge together.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
The
Yeah.
coming together of great wonder.
It was amazing. And the fact that McFly and Busted are both still touring, and Busted brought a new album out back in 2019. And
Life worth living again. Isn't
Yeah,
it, Jim?
pretty
Like,
much, yeah.
nice.
So what would happen if you went to the year 3000?
what would happen if I went to the...
Well, not much has changed.
but like
live
everything will be
I think.
underwater, yeah. But I will say,
Costner's
your
always like-
great granddaughter,
Yeah.
she's banging.
Oh,
Forget pretty fine.
you're all,
How's
You're
it
all-
banging?
you're all
And she's mine.
Yeah, she's banging. And we're dating. So sorry about that. All right, let's carry on with sort of female persuasion, shall we? And say, what naughty's crush would you like to rock up on the island? Maybe on a
Charlie.
dinghy that sort
Charlie
of
from Busted.
flips into
So it
you
sounds like
imagine that.
Harry on the drums.
Yeah,
The long, luscious blonde locks of Charlie Simpson. But let's not influence you. It's your choice, obviously, James. So
Well,
who was floating your boat back then?
well, back then it was I was Emma Watson, Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, because I was a big Harry Potter fan.
Yep.
And she's a couple years older than me as well, and like it was never creepy back then. Like if I watch the movies now, and it's questionable and creepy now.
Sure.
But back,
Especially with that.
Yeah, especially with that growl. Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay if I'm hiding in the bush and she was like,
Wingardium Leviosa, something just came up.
I'm only a couple of years younger, so it's all right.
We can edit
like-
that out, right, Barry? Okay,
Well, and keep all of this in. I have no regrets.
it's absolute gold.
But especially now, she's gone a bit weird to the head. So and like,
Actually, what way?
I think just
All the kickboxing.
Well,
Yeah.
growing up
You'll
as a
do that.
childhood star, isn't
Too
it?
many
No one ever comes out of that completely right, and she's just gone
Yeah.
a bit weirdy with it. So, retroactively looking at it, I've always had a big crush on Zooey Deschanel.
Who's
Oh,
less
I know,
mental,
yeah.
which is
Who's Zooey
helpful.
Deschanel?
She does
seen
the
Elf.
Girl and
500
Elf,
Days of
500
Summer.
Oh, yeah.
She did the voice in what's the
King Kong.
Trolls? Yeah, she I can't remember. She played one of the trolls, didn't she?
Yeah.
and
Yeah, she's very, very
in
good.
Elf as well.
But
Yeah.
no, Zooey Deschanel. Oh my God, she's she is absolutely amazing, and still looks good now to this day. Actually, because she,
That's big eyes, isn't she?
oh, gorgeous, yeah, like nice long hair, like and. Have any of you ever seen the?
She's got eyes
She'd
and hair.
get a growl. From
Have any of you ever seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yes, yeah.
Like there's just I think I remember the first scene she shows up in. She's just wearing a long button-up shirt and like knee-high corduroy type socks, but it's just very very complimentary to her body, and it's like I like little. How old would I have been there? Like 10-year-old me was just like, oh, okay, something's happening.
Something's going fizzy, mummy. I don't know. I've got fizzy trousers.
There's a tingling at the end of
My winky's just been sick, mummy. I don't like it, but I do. I don't know what's going on.
Oh god, I feel like
Need the other
I
aeroplane
feel like I am
charmers.
going to regret something.
No,
We're definitely keeping that in, Barry.
Okay.
Delightful. Well, that took a turn that I was not expecting, but I'm thoroughly glad it went that way. All right, let's see if we can keep the filth going with this one. What naughty celebrity or icon would you not want to be in there making your tummy go fizzy? Who's going to wind you up on that island from the naughties?
Someone I have had a lifelong vendetta against.
Beef, proper beef.
Yes, proper beef.
Delicious.
Yeah, and it is this one terrible, awful man that robbed something amazing from my childhood. Yeah.
Man, this is
Jimmy Savile.
going to be really deep.
No,
isn't it,
a
guys?
man who some people might consider worse.
Oh wow!
Oh my God.
I want to hear it.
Jamie Oliver.
Oh, okay.
And what's he stolen from your childhood then?
Turkey Twizzlers.
Turkey Twizzlers, I was about to say.
Turkey fucking Twizzlers.
Probably affected very much.
Yeah, no.
by
Well,
the-
not just
the
that.
health kick.
Like,
Did you
sweet,
really honestly like turkey?
sweet time as well. Like, but turkey.
Sweet
Sweet
Like,
time.
sweet time.
Sweet
time.
So like, yeah, you know those like mid-school clubs that your parents throw you in because they're working and like they don't want to leave their children feral in the house, so they
Yeah,
send you to
no,
these
sure.
to these things. The one club I always used to go to, they had like a
Sweet time.
Sweet time, like a tuck shop. You'd bring along like 50p, and you'd have like
Wow.
2p sweets and 3p sweets, and you'd fill up a little bag, and you could nibble them. But then they're like, one day they just stopped.
It's a bit like what we have here, really, isn't it?
But then, like, the one day I showed up and they just stopped them. I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's like, oh, Jamie Oliver's new healthy eating initiative. I'm like, okay, first Turkey Twizzlers, now sweet time.
This guy's gone too far.
Yeah,
So
this is
he's
an enemy
overstepped.
for life.
So really, ever since then, you've like. So what happens if one day you come back, your missus has made you an absolutely amazing meal, you tuck
Yeah.
into it, you love it. This is the
This is
absolute
delightful, darling.
best.
Whose recipe is this?
Yes,
And she says, J.O.
Jimmy O's.
Do you immediately throw the leftovers out, knowing it's going to be the best leftovers?
Do you make yourself sick? Did you?
Yeah, no, I will go into the bathroom and I will go full bulimic.
That is coming up. Quick smart.
Go.
Toot to sweet.
Wow.
I don't eat he has a deal with certain petrol stations about they sell their his sandwiches there, and I just will not get one of his sandwiches.
Wow. So will you drive on?
I will drive on. I will starve myself. I will
Even
get to
Possibly
the next
run out of
episode.
petrol just to avoid.
Oh, I'll fill
these
up on
sandwiches.
petrol. I just won't eat the sandwiches.
Okay.
Right, you're on the desert island, aren't you?
was gonna say,
You're
what you could
starving,
cook, you know, couldn't
absolutely starving. There's a struggle for food at the minute.
He rolls
But a
up.
crate of Oliver's sandwiches. rocks up.
Oh, Richie, dude.
Richard Hammond's like, fuck it, I'm
Straight
getting tucked,
in. Wallop.
getting tucked
Yeah.
into that.
I mean, I suppose
Zoe, do you want a piece of this? Or Zoe?
I suppose in that scenario, people have done worse to survive.
Okay.
Haven't
You
they?
wouldn't go to cannibalism first and then the Jamie Oliver sandwiches. You'd probably.
Would you cook Hammond? Would you cook Hammond over? Eat
Well,
Hammond
I just
over?
think I'd
Very
cook-
little meat on a hamster.
I'd cook and eat Jamie Oliver.
Ooh.
That is,
Yeah.
that's clearly the tagline for the pod. So. Yes, that's right, isn't it? I would cook and eat Jamie
Jamie
Oliver.
Oliver. Ooh.
Delightful. Capture that. I mean, to be fair,
I mean, he can be quite annoying as well.
he
so
can be
not
annoying.
just
And
his
he's
food,
gotten rid of turkey.
not his
He's
food.
done a sweet time. so.
I did meet a chef once as well who worked in one of his Italian restaurants in London, and he said like he obviously came down a couple of times to check on the kitchen. I'm like, oh, what was he like then without the cameras and everything? And the guy's like, massive douche. Yeah, honestly, like so full of himself and everything. Apparently,
Yeah.
It's the saying, isn't it? Never meet your heroes and stuff like that. So
We've got him on the pod next week.
I don't think he was. This guy was just a paid chef that like, and in that restaurant, it was just a gig, you know.
okay, yeah.
So,
it
but yeah,
wasn't-
he wasn't a Jamie Oliver fan.
Pro Oliver.
No.
I've got a feeling that most chefs could be like that, if I'm honest with you.
Probably, yeah.
A lot of them on TV, a lot of these celebrity chefs. Like,
We're all a bit.
Yeah, but the
themselves
difference
for
is no
themselves.
other celebrity chef has taken the
Taken
food
away
away
your-
from
yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's very true. Normally they're charging you too much for it. That I can't
have you
afford it,
had
but they
turkey
physically taken
Twizzlers
it.
since? Because I know
No.
it's the odds.
No,
supermarket
I
doing-
have not. I have not tasted the sweet nectar of turkey Twizzlers since
Wow.
I was about 6 or 7.
Left the bigger scar.
But the overall big
Clearly.
picture, I suppose, he did do a good thing, didn't he?
I mean, yeah, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. He did.
If
He
anything,
did.
what he's actually done is put more pressure on the NHS because people are living longer. God damn you, Oliver. You
Imagine if they
bastard.
blamed him.
With Sweet Time, we would have had a load of fatties all dropping dead.
Big
But
wanted
here we are, all
posters.
fucking healthy.
Wanted posters over the
Whereas,
country. Where is he?
Whereas Colonel Sanders should have got a obituary or whatever it's
Yeah,
called, knighthood.
some form of knighthood, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
MBE, OBE,
it's-
something.
should have done.
Absolutely. Services to the health industry.
Yeah. Or Sir Bernard Matthews. That's
Sir Bernard Matthews. In fact, this leads nicely on to the final question that we have on the desert island. We're talking fast food. We're
Yes.
talking filth. We're talking pot noodles.
Yes.
And we're talking noughties boy band members that you would fight to the death, cook and eat for the final pot noodle that washes up on the island. So question 1, what flavour is your pot noodle? Supplementary question for Phil, what flavour sauce is in that pot noodle? And 3, who's the boy band member you fight to the death?
Okay, so I'm a very big fan of original green pot noodle chicken.
Yes.
Yeah,
Classic
okay.
as well.
Classic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it, can you?
Okay.
Oh my God, yes, Barry. Barry is holding aloft the pot noodle.
Holds aloft the pot noodle of glory.
I think that's a unanimous acceptance.
That clearly
from
a big tick
everyone
on
in
that
the room.
one. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been the green one, and the boy band member that I would be fighting is, I don't know any of their names, but the smallest one from JLS.
Oh, yeah.
Ashton Marigold.
Oh,
Yeah, that
The
one.
lead
Why
singer
not?
who does the backflips.
No. You're thinking of Diversity.
No.
Wait, no. There was,
Yeah, no, he does.
Did JLS do backflips?
Yeah,
as well?
Yeah,
there
he
was-
did. He always does his little. He does those stand one. But he just does a
the
flip.
standing
original
backflip,
flippers,
isn't he?
mate. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
he's-
Yeah, that guy
can't
then,
pick.
the backflipping guy from JLS. I've
Got
got
on their
him.
faces, and he just.
Oh, wow.
Man, and it's named after rubber gloves that you use for washing up.
Absolutely. I had a pair of Astons.
All of us. Just, I can imagine you, Jimmy, just in them and nothing else with a.
That's all I
doing the
do,
washing
yeah.
up
But they've
and-
got the leopard skin around the cuffs.
nice.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
classy, Dale. They're
They're good.
classy. Good ones. Nice. I can't argue with
They're
that.
like
'cause
M&S ones. Isn't
Yeah, I don't know.
Former
And
mate.
the annoying thing is, my boy's called Ashton, as we know. But when he was born around the same time, everyone thought I called him
named
Ashton.
you after-
Named him, and I was fuck.
Did I?
Why did
yeah.
you name him Ashton?
No, he's not Ashton, he's Ashton.
Oh, why did you name him Ashton? Was there a reason?
After
After
Dean
Dean
Ashton.
Ashton.
He was a West Ham player, so I
What's
named him
worse
after that. But
in reality?
but he was.
Dean Ashton.
Everyone was like, "Oh, was it after JLS?" Oh, fuck.
The people you've killed. They're all
bad
mounting up in the
timing.
garage. Yeah, absolutely. Well, any questions we need to pick apart there? Any answers
Just
there?
one
chaps,
quickly
or-
for Phil. Did the Kutcher thing never come up? Did you
Ashton
never?
Kutcher, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
No.
Didn't.
Outside,
never got-
I think because it was around the time of JLS
Yeah.
when he was born. It was
Yeah.
around that time. So I think
fair
So
enough.
it turns
everyone
out
was oh,
a
was it-
terrible UK pop band is bigger than a Hollywood,
Yeah.
Hollywood star, yeah.
Yeah. And slightly bigger than a West Ham faded striker.
Yeah,
it's a good striker.
Sorry.
Yeah, just,
Sorry, I'm taking you back, aren't I? It's dark days at the minute. Okay, yeah. Any questions? We've got any answers we need to
it's
go
good, it's
over?
good. It's good. Nice,
solid,
yeah.
solid set of answers. I
Nice,
thought.
Yeah,
nice,
it's good
great,
island.
mate, well done.
Delightful. Well, thank you for letting us probe you here on Desert Island Dicks.
Okay, this is a song, lyrics by Richard Dello, music by me. It's called Reminisce. Sitting by the river, drinking a few beers, thinking about the times we spent through the years. We didn't have much money or cared how we looked. Our addictions were each other. I guess we're all hooked. Reminisce, reminisce. These are the times you never miss. Reminisce, reminisce. Time goes by quicker than a kiss. Well, these things I'll never change. That's why I'm reminiscing again. Down by the river is where we'd all hang out. Getting high, I don't know why. Stupid drunken shouts. We were young, lived for fun, running with each other. Killing time, girl, so fine. Come with me, my brother. Reminisce, reminisce. These were the times you never miss. Reminisce, reminisce. Time goes by quicker than a kiss. Well, these things I'll never change. Why I'm reminiscing again. Whoa, reminisce good times. Whoa, just forget all the bad lines. Whoa, reminisce on the good times. Whoa, we don't get a second try. Whoa, we don't get a second try. Thank you. Woo!
Okay, moving on with the podcast, everybody, and we're going to be probing Mr. James Neall, special guest. Woo! Better. You were slipping there, chaps. We're going to probe you about your musical and movie tastes. So obviously we had a little bit on the desert island, but let's talk sort of about your top threes. Let's do, what should we do first, chaps? Music?
Yeah.
Let's do music. So you being a muso yourself, Jimmy, what would be your top 3 albums of the noughties? I know that is a big ask for a man born in said decades, living music with a wide eclectic taste. So this could be tough.
I mean,
Sorry, your accent just then.
Well, what happened to it? did I move islands?
It sounded a bit like Murray Walker. It's like
Murray Walker?
Yeah, weird twang to it. Sorry,
Oh,
James.
I'll have to listen back to that one. It's exciting.
yeah, I'm
I
looking.
think I might be developing an interest.
DJ.
I'll have to listen to this part through headphones just to.
Yeah,
Good afternoon. All right, sorry, Jimbo. Well,
No, it's fine. So should we do 3, 2, 1?
yeah, give us a nice ascending order.
Okay,
Let's do
okay.
that.
So, I was thinking back to I was looking at my old, my CD collection actually, because obviously I was around in the time of CDs.
Yeah,
Indeed.
good man.
Yeah. So being a hoarder, I've kept a lot of them, if not all of them. And looking through, and I think in number 3, I'm going to put Bruno Mars's debut album, Doo Wops and Hooligans.
Okay.
That was a very big influence on me as a young child, and that's the one that had a Lazy Song Billionaire,
Okay.
and a really good one
I
called.
thought that was later than it.
No.
Really?
That's his first debut album.
What year was that? Do you remember? Off the top of your head.
2007.
Latter part of the
Latter.
Like Catch a Grenade, where it is.
Yeah.
Crikey, straight in there. Pip Whitehouse.
It is a really good.
It's not what it's called, is it? But
Grenade.
Grenade. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
Grenade.
Grenade. Yeah.
There's another really good. I think it's track 3 is Runaway.
I
Runaway
know
Baby,
what you mean,
which
yeah.
is a banging tune. Doo Wops and
Straight off
Hooligans
that,
at number 3.
four big ones that we can all do. Nice, must have a little listen to that.
And I think in second place is, again from 2007, the Hoosiers' Trick to Life.
Ah, yeah, I like that.
Cheeky. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
we talked
good
about
album.
the Hoosiers before, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's good though. I like that album.
Well,
Is that like Forget About Ray? And
Yeah. Worried About Ray.
Worried About Ray.
Goodbye, Mr. Ray.
That's right.
Like Run Rabbit Run. And
Yeah.
it's just it's a great. I saw them actually. This last year they were celebrating 15
I
years
was
of
going to say,
that
lots of
album.
these things,
really.
yeah, they're all
And
about this, haven't they?
they were doing a gig in London at Heaven Club, and I actually got tickets. So me and girlfriend and a couple of friends, we went to go watch them, and they done a live rendition of that set, and they threw in a couple of newer songs as well from their second album, and they finished off with Goodbye Mr. Ray, and it was amazing. I've seen them live a couple of times now.
Yeah.
They're a very good live band.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah,
I saw them back in the day.
when did-
Shepherd's.
I remember.
Oh, what,
seeing
back
it,
in, like,
yeah.
I can't remember if I went with Uncle Pino's.
The fact that you're calling him Uncle Peanuts now is weird.
But
though.
I
I can't remember. I might have been. I can't remember. I did go to. I went to so many gigs with Uncle P.
yeah. But yeah, no. So
That might even be worse.
the Hoosiers, they are an amazing live band, and like that that album is just completely instrumental to my music tastes as well.
Did that your number 2? The Who's did that very closely rival the number 1, or was it
yes,
a
it
proper?
did. It did very closely rival number 1. And before I get on to my number 1, I just want to drop in one honorable
No, absolutely.
mention,
We're all for that. Yeah,
which
'cause
I
it's-
was only really thinking about the other day. I literally thought about this last week, and I listened through to the whole album again, and I'm like, yeah, do you know what? This has actually got a lot of bangers on it, and it's Dark Horse by Nickelback.
Not everyone mentions the back.
No. And you see, I must, like, this is very much my dad's influence, because, like, the three main things that my dad, like, listens to that I growing up was Elvis, which never really took, as I said, Nickelback, which really took, and Sex Pistols, which also really took. So
That's
like,
the usual route people taking it.
Nickelback, they go Elvis, if not, bloody Nickelback.
It's a nice mixture. Yeah.
it really is. So yeah,
something for everyone.
I'd say my dad's biggest influence was Nickelback and Sex Pistols on me, you know. And yeah, I feel like Nickelback does get a lot of hate, you know, like they do get made fun of a lot. But
Is this the first album though? What was that big song they did?
No. This is like their
Yeah.
this is like their third or second album, I think. It's not their first. But it is very.
Is it the
very
one with that on though? You remind me.
maybe. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think my favourite song title from that album is "Something in Your Mouth," which is very, very good. It's a good song.
Also known as a Sex Pistol.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, so Nickelback, Dark Horse as an honourable mention. But now on to my number one.
Okay. Yeah, big drama.
West Rider, Pauper Lunatic Asylum by Kasabian.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which I think was their third album. Yeah, which is absolutely amazing. Every song on it is just completely listenable. It's such a wide variety of, like, is that the one that had Clubfoot on it? It had Clubfoot.
Shoot the Runner. And stuff.
No, that was
that
Empire. That was before. But like, it's just a very good progression of songs. Like they're all really good songs, and they're all done in an amazing proper order that flows really well as you listen to it throughout.
They were massive, weren't they? In the
God, yeah.
noughties?
Do you know,
when they
like,
first come out?
do you know they've never had a number one hit song. In like all the singles they've released, they've never been number one on the
They're
chart.
going to now, aren't they? They've gone for a bit of
been
a
number
dark
two.
patch, haven't they?
Yeah,
Well, since
Didn't the
then,
lead singer get thrown out?
Tom's gone.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
Surge
he's-
now, isn't it?
yeah, he got thrown out for I think it was a sexual like abuse allegations.
His wife, wasn't it? I think.
Oh, okay.
But they after that they made a new album which should be coming out or is already out soon, and
They've definitely gigged with Surge at the front. haven't
they have gigged with Surge at the front, and Uncle Pinos took me to see Kasabian live at the Cliffs Pavilion. They were doing it back in 2018, I think it was. Yeah, and they, me and Paul went there to like watch Kasabian, and that's in my top 3 gigs of all time.
Yeah,
is the Kasabian gig.
They know how to put on.
Yeah, they were good.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, Kasabian is number 1.
It's a good shout, Jim.
Oh, well done.
Cool.
Nice.
Any
ridiculously
discrepancies we
long
need to
title.
pick out? Yeah?
No, I can't really comment on Nickelback really because they
Sort of passed,
never really
not passed by,
me,
but yeah,
never really got.
That was an
into
honourable
them,
mention anyway. It didn't
Yeah.
make the top 3.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
the top 3.
Apart from it's good. Yeah, good top 3,
Powerful.
mate.
We'll take that all day long.
Cool.
Should we go straight into film?
Let's
How
do
you
it.
feeling? Let's do it then. Let's same vibes. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Anything honourable that just missed out?
Yeah. Well,
Fire away,
okay.
Jimbo.
So let's do. Shall I do honourable mention first? Actually.
Yeah, go on.
Break it up.
Shake
Let's
it
have
up a
it.
bit.
Yeah.
So originally going to be in the top 3 was Anchorman, because that was just so instrumental in my humour at an early age.
Yeah.
But you did talk about that back
We
in
have
2004.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
Definitely
You all
makes it
waxed
in.
lyrical about that.
Your,
So.
your choices, though, mate.
Yeah.
Feel free
Yeah.
to talk about.
And the
Your
other,
memories as well, so feel free to.
it's just one of the most quotable movies out there, really, isn't it? It's all just stupid fun.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Yeah,
Another,
love it.
like the other honourable mention is the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
Wow. Did not see that.
I have very, very fond memories of those films.
That is-
very
that is
fond.
Sarah
clearly a
Michelle
growing
Gellar
up
and
thing.
Freddie Prinze Jr.,
Prinze
who are
yeah.
married in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which just like the fact that Fred and Daphne are married in real life is just a very nice like feeling.
Everything turned out all right again.
Scooby and Shaggy are too. It's about that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, like Matthew Lillard, obviously, who played Shaggy, he has ever since that movie, he has taken over as the official voice of Shaggy in all the cartoons.
Is he really?
So after the original voice of Shaggy, who done it from like the 60s to when he died in the mid 2000s.
Oh wow.
Matthew Lillard took over as the original voice actor was like, this is the guy I want to carry on my legacy.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
So
Easy money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, very much.
Just for a moment, I thought that was an impression. So many went, easy money.
That's a shit Shaggy impression, man.
terrible.
I'm sorry.
That was pretty
Please do that
terrible.
impression of Phil doing an impression.
Easy money.
Like a parrot. Easy money.
What is he doing?
Let's face it, it wouldn't be a surprise if it was that kind of.
For a moment, I thought it was Anton Deck again.
Sean Connery's back again.
Such a wealth of talent you've got.
That's a big thing you bring up, though, Joe, because that's a big gig. It's the same with like not Roger Rabbit, but what's the Bugs Bunny, and the same with like Daffy Duck. All them sort of like iconic sort of roles.
Absolutely.
They have that. You've got to have that right voice. So it's an important thing.
It's someone's childhood, isn't it? You're going to fuck up if you get it wrong.
Exactly. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like the guy who does the voice of Optimus Prime in all the Michael Bay Transformers movie is the guy that done it in the cartoons in the 90s. They've kept the same guy throughout all this time.
Oh, yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the key.
But anyway, so that's honourable mentions out the way.
Lovely.
Let's get on to my top
Lovely.
3. Number 3 is a fantastically funny movie, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Fucking,
it's a good one,
in my opinion, Tom Cruise's best movie role ever.
Oh, Les.
It is
As
Grossman,
Les Grossman.
Yeah.
Apparently,
The dance at the end. Yeah.
Well, apparently his like he read the script and he agreed to do the movie on 2 conditions. One being that he could do this dance that he pictured in his head, and he said the other one is this character's got to have really hairy hands.
Those
were
were
his
just
2
hairy though, and big as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, big hairy hands, and it is his best character ever. When he's on the phone to Flavian Dragon, yelling down at them, like just going, "Scorched earth, motherfucker! I will fuck you up." It's just and Robert Downey Jr. playing a black man. Come on, that is just. I remember first time I watched that, I heard Robert Downey Jr. was in it, and this was when Iron Man 2 come out as well. So obviously every kid knew who Robert Downey Jr. was. And so I watched the movie and I got through the whole movie and I just
never saw him.
where was Robert Downey Jr. in? I have no idea.
He got,
He played a tree. I don't know what's
he
going
got
on.
Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
I mean, he deserved to win it.
Yeah,
he deserved to win. He was playing.
It was a bold move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
That's
got,
what I
he got a
mean.
lot of stick, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was playing an Australian playing a black man.
Yeah, well, it wasn't
Layers.
just that.
The layers.
It got a lot. It was very touch and go because it wasn't just. It's Ben Stiller doing Simple Jack as well. So there's a lot of things.
yeah,
There's
you're
a
right.
lot of things in there.
You went full
With the
retard,
race
man.
and all, yeah.
You never go full retard.
So it's it's
Yeah. Now you mentioned
I ain't seen that in a while.
Yeah,
Might have to revisit that.
it's a good film. Yeah, it's a good film.
Because
But
it's,
yeah, it's
like at the beginning of the
of its
movie as
time.
well, you've
Yeah.
got Steve Coogan as the director who steps on a
course, yeah,
landmine and
yeah,
gets
yeah,
blown
yeah,
up
yeah,
immediately.
Yeah. that's right.
And Jack Black's in it as well.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
going
God,
through
just-
cold turkey and stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it? Halfway through it.
just amazing
I wonder,
comedic actors.
Yeah.
It's
and-
one of them films that I haven't seen it replayed too many times.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Yeah, I
because of,
think
like,
it's
some of
probably
the-
because
Yeah,
of
I wonder if they
I
sort
don't know.
of
That's
swerve
the
it.
thing, but it was in it. Yeah, enjoyed
Just
it.
in case.
The other thing I love about it, I haven't checked this out yet, but I heard that I went out and I bought it on DVD, especially for this, because Robert Downey Jr. says a line
You
in the
can't
movie.
claim anything back, just so you're aware. We
No,
have literally no funding.
No.
Just want to be very sure that we're...
I brought my receipt along from 5 years ago. He has this line in the movie where he says, "I don't break character until I do the DVD commentary."
Oh, yeah.
And like apparently in the DVD commentary, he's doing the commentary as the Australian actor.
Right.
So, like, obviously, the Australian playing the black man, he's doing the DVD commentary as the Australian guy, not as Robert Downey Jr.
wow.
So it's just another layer of meta into it, which is just
Nice.
brilliant.
It's going full Inception.
Full Inception.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And so second is Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Probably my favourite Tarantino film of the 2000s.
Okay. Big shout.
Yeah. But I just love it. Great old alternate history revenge flick.
Yes, some serious violence
It's,
in there.
it's properly messed.
God,
isn't it? Yeah.
gory violence. But the who's the guy that plays the main? Christoph Waltz. What a terrifying
He's
man!
absolutely
That opening
frightening.
scene.
That
opening scene.
that
is,
intense stare he does.
It's like, it's not just that. It's just when he's drinking the milk.
Yeah.
It's like who could drink milk and
That
make it seem
terrifying,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's even like when I love when Brad Pitt has to pretend to be Italian and he goes "Buongiorno" in a really bad American accent, and Christoph Waltz. His character immediately knows that these are like American, but he just revels in like talking to them in
playing with them and
Italian and
stuff,
like
yeah.
putting them on the. He's just like you can see him like he's really enjoying just making these people squirm.
Yeah.
It's amazing character action as well. So that's a great movie.
Good
Love it.
shout.
Probably in my top 3 Tarantinos as well. Absolutely. Number 1,
Quite a diverse range thus far.
Yeah.
I could have
Scooby-Doo, Inglourious Bastards, Tropic Thunder.
I could have done all comedies, to be fair, as my top 3. I've tried to shake it up a bit. Number 1 would be the Pirates of the Caribbean. The first
The
one.
original.
The original,
Okay,
the first one.
Yeah, the first one's decent.
Yeah, because that was like, I mean, let's be honest. Ever since that movie, the majority of Johnny Depp's characters have been variations on Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Because it worked so well in Pirates.
Yeah.
But that first one was just absolutely amazing. It came out of nowhere. It was based on a theme park ride. No one thought it was going to be as big as what it was.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. I remember it at the time. I think, it's really
I enjoyed the original trilogy. So even Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, I really enjoyed that as well. Like I enjoyed all 3 original movies.
I find them fun to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the original, for me, I thought it was going to be more. I thought the trilogy was going to be more.
Yeah.
Because of the way it starts off. That's the standard.
Well, like they initially intended it as just a one and done movie, but obviously it made so much money.
So
the mouse
quick,
was
get
like,
them all back.
And what you're saying about it was based on a theme park ride. I remember going to in LA and going to Disneyland, not Disney World because that's Florida.
Yeah.
And I remember going on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride there. And thinking, oh, this is going to be amazing because the films, and it was so shit.
Yeah.
It's so shit. Do you remember like the wax like characters where their heads turn really slowly, and it's like the guy who's like gets shot about 5 different times. It takes about 10 seconds for his gun to go up. It's so shit. And I was just thinking, oh my god, really? That was based on this, and compared to that, it's like amazing.
I mean, it's just an absolutely brilliant film. Like. Johnny Depp is amazing in it. Well, they all are. Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, just everyone in it is absolutely fantastic. And it's a great old-fashioned adventure flick.
Yeah, it's a good family film, isn't it?
It is. You don't really get movies like that anymore, you know? I think the closest movie we've had released in cinema, it's like an old swashbuckling adventure like that, is probably... Jungle Cruise, that Dwayne Johnson film.
Yeah.
Which Jumanji. The new Jumanji.
Yeah, the new Jumanji. Again, but
I love that, new Jumanji.
The new Jumanji is amazing, but like you don't get... I love those types of films. Indiana Jones is one of my favourite film series, and I love those swashbuckling, like just action-packed...
Do you even like the Crystal Skull?
Well... Crystal Skull was my introduction into Indiana Jones.
Oh, really?
Because that was 2008.
You saw that and then...
I found out about Indiana Jones through Crystal Skull. I remember seeing the advert for it on TV and being just, even before seeing the film, just immediately captivated by this guy wearing a hat and a bullwhip. And I'm like asking mum, like, oh my God, what's this character all about? Well, asking all these questions
and
about...
Shia LaBeouf.
I wasn't walking about with like a grease haircut and like a leather jacket. I idolised Indiana Jones more than Shia LaBeouf, I'm afraid. But so I look back on Crystal Skull with rose-tinted glasses.
Because
I recognise the flaws of the film.
it's just interesting because like I say, it's like your introduction, but with
swinging on the vine.
I mean, but like to be fair, if you take that out, if you just focus on the action and like some of the set pieces,
you kind of have to suspend.
Yeah, there's a little bit. There's some of the stuff I can let go. That's the bit where he puts himself in the fridge. It's blown about a mile down the way, and he gets out and he just like dusts himself. I know it's like part and parcel of action films, but
it's full A-team, isn't it?
Like, I'm very much looking
MacGyver A-team.
Very much looking forward to the new Indiana Jones that's coming out this year as well. Very, very interested to see what they do.
Yeah, again, it's become like Star Wars is now. It's become a franchise with James Bond. It's
legacy sequel.
Yeah, it's just like
it's not Spielberg, is it? The next one?
No. It's James Mangold, but he's done a lot of good stuff. He done like the Johnny Cash film. He done Ford versus Ferrari, Logan. Like he's done a lot of all of the movies he's done have been good fucking films. You couldn't be in safer hands for Indiana Jones if it wasn't Spielberg.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's passed over. Let someone else have a crack.
Absolutely.
Nice. Very
cool.
solid top 3 again. No arguments.
Very good, mate. Very good.
Delightful.
Good. I like it.
Oh, my word. He's on fire. We've asked even more of you as a guest. We're aware we're very, very needy.
I mean, you're very desperate people.
Very desperate people. We just want you to stay here longer because we're very lonely and sad with our own lives. So let's see if we can't put you through the Joe Cazale challenge.
Yes.
Sorry, John Cazale, of course.
John Cazale.
Phil, I'm going to hand over to you in that case because you are our man in the know.
Yes, I can't remember how to do this. So the old John Cazale, as you know. actor. 5. So you got to choose 5 films for an actor, actress. Doesn't have to be, a man, just a man.
We're just a man.
Just a man.
But obviously in a row.
Yeah.
The chain can't be broken.
Yeah.
And 5 of the top films that are going to challenge the ones we've already had, and we've had some
We've had some
bangers.
fairly...
And then what we'll do is
some
we're going
strong
to get them all together at the end, aren't we? Decide, and we'll figure out what won
who wins out. But yeah, been some strong contenders thus far. Yeah. So do you think you've got something that can...
Harrison Ford.
might there be a Harrison Ford still? So yeah, do you think you've got something that can challenge this list?
I do, and I think I may have found it feels a little bit like cheating, but I think I found a little bit of a loophole. But before I do that, I just want to say, when I was thinking back at this, I'm like, oh, well, Will Smith has been in a lot of good movies. So I looked at his filmography and listened to this run of films. In 1995, Bad Boys, followed by Independence Day, followed by Men in Black, then Enemy of the State. Those are 4 really good fucking films.
Followed by...
Wild Wild West.
See, this is the problem
The
with
rejected Superman script, yeah.
The Wiki Wild Wild West.
Which is a banging song.
There's loads of ones with 4. I found
So tricky.
Yeah.
That's that 5th one.
That's what makes it such a tricky challenge.
But I will not have the song Wild Wild West knocked, because that is an absolute banger.
Well, fortunately, you're in the right
you know
place.
what? Peggy's.
Yeah, Peggy
You're
says,
singing.
10th of
Yeah.
Feb, Wild West.
But so the actor I actually settled on was Daniel Radcliffe, because he made the first 5 Harry Potter films without anything in between, and they are all solidly good, consistent movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say you're kind of the authority on this, Phil.
No, that's...
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I'm not a Harry Potter fan myself, so I wouldn't come to me with that. I would say.
I mean, embarrassingly, to say I think I've seen one of... honestly, I just haven't really watched the rest of them. Jim, you're probably the best one to answer.
I have seen them, I must confess. And obviously, if you sort of go on, well, I suppose box office takings, they'll be absolutely enormous, won't they? Because they are just
But they're all
huge.
really good movies in their own way as well.
I must give it, the weird thing is I prefer the books, but then most people would say that. It's just, but it's brought loads of kids into sort of literature anyway, so it can only be a good thing.
Absolutely.
And the fact that Emma Watson's gone slightly batshit mental out of this is it's only a bonus.
I mean, why couldn't you just go the Rupert Grint route and just be a hermit, buy an ice cream van, and just do your own thing? That's what Rupert Grint does.
Because you can't have ice cream vans. That would be madness. Wars have broken out over less.
Well, it's funny you should say about Emma Watson, because I looked up her the other day. It come up on a film and I wanted to know about the cast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
No,
right, officer.
but before actress, it come up YouTuber.
Really?
As the main thing. So I was like, well, that's weird. So I didn't really look into it. But you saying that she's
I
gone a little
had
bit...
no idea about YouTube.
It just come up YouTuber. And that was the
bizarre.
main
Maybe
thing
she had
before
like a-
actress.
Well, I mean, to be fair, technically you can say we're YouTubers, and that's absolutely right.
yeah.
So Daniel Radcliffe's first 5 Harry Potter films. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, no,
You can't argue that. It's a very clever...
That's the thing, it's open to
clever way of doing
interpretation,
it.
and that's what...
I'm quite lucky as well, because in between 5 and 6, he done an indie Australian film.
Oh, okay.
But for those first 5
So
movies.
did he wait till the end of the 7 or whatever it is to do like the Woman in Black and all the rest?
Yeah.
of that
He's Harry Potter took up 10 years of his career, and then after that he's gone.
Does quite a lot of them now.
Yeah,
There's a really good one he done a couple years ago. It was on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is that Inside Pretoria?
No. Guns Akimbo.
Guns Akimbo.
Oh, okay.
I have
He
heard of that.
gets 2 handguns drilled into his hands, basically, and he has to compete in this sick online competition where other people are trying to kill him.
I won't
He's
lie,
gonna
that
kill
sounds very
fair
much
play.
like a Statham thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
If
it
you
is
mentioned
very
that,
much a Jason Statham
I wouldn't
thing.
have guessed that it was Daniel Radcliffe as the main
But
talent.
he does
If you'd
it
mentioned
very,
that
very
plot,
well.
But
I would've
fair
gone
play to
Statham.
him. Fair play to him for trying that. And to be fair, like a lot of people
Well, he's
that
willing to do that
like,
sort of stuff, isn't
when
he?
also
Yeah.
start off as child actors, don't always make it.
Well,
to,
I'd say
carry it
he's-
through. So.
He's probably one of the most well-adjusted child actors in the history of child
Yeah,
actors.
He's obviously gone
seems
into
it.
theatre as well, and he's done the full. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the old.
Has he done that? What was that Swiss Army one as well? What was that?
Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, that was good.
He's like a dead body, and he's.
I'll tell you what I saw recently. I'm trying
you're
to
right.
find
It's that
it.
Al Yankovic thing, isn't it? Or,
Yeah, Al Yankovic. Oh, that's
Weird, isn't
brilliant.
it? Weird. Is it weird?
Weird. The Al Yankovic stories.
I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
Do you know? I mean,
Yeah, I know
You
Al
Al
Yankovic,
Yankovic. So he plays him. Oh, it's really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's fucking bonkers.
Isn't it
Yeah.
a series?
No, that's a film.
Oh, it is a film.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I recommend it. He's in that as
He
good.
turns his hand to some stuff, so
Yeah.
you can't knock him. But yeah. I think it's a very clever way of interpreting the challenge, young
Thank
James.
you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Hats off.
Kudos to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I suppose, that could be clever because on the IMDb ratings, I'm guessing that's going to be quite high.
Yeah, well,
Come the end of it, you could be up there.
Sneaky little bugger.
Yeah.
Well played. Can't argue. Damn it. I feel like there should be.
We've been outwitted.
Yeah, I think we have. Joe Cazale spinning in his grave. The fact that we keep calling him Joe Cazale is probably great doing it. But there we go. Nice. Good work, young man. Good work indeed.
Okay, so this is a Robbie Williams cover. Hell is gone and heaven's here. There's nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here, and I'll scream. I'm a burning effigy of everything I used to be on my rock of empathy, my dear. Come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. Life's too short for you to die. Grab yourself an alibi. Heaven knows your mother lied. Mon cher, separate you right from wrong. Come and sing a different song. Kettles on so don't belong. Mon cher, she may be good, she may be out of sight, but she can't be here, so come around tonight. Here is a place where the feeling grows. You gotta get high before you taste the love. So come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. Look me up in the yellow pages. I will be your rock of ages. See-through fats and your crazy phases. Yeah! Little Bo beefed his last his sheep. She popped the pill and fell asleep. The Jew is wet but the grass is sweet. My dear, your mind gets burned with the habits you've learned, but we're the generation that's gotta be heard. You're tired of your teachers and your school's a drag. You don't wanna live like your mom and dad. So come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. Thank you.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the podcast. Sensational performances, Mr. James Neall. Thank you very much indeed for your time. They were ace boys, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
great, yeah.
Great. Yeah,
I mean,
really good, mate.
Dell is obviously a man possessed now. He's going to be the songwriting
My,
left, right, and centre.
I'm still maintaining my boner from the first
Creative
words
producers.
that left Mr. Neal's lips.
Yeah, they were good. Anyway, we should say they were literally done in one take.
They were
Both
one
songs.
take, one.
Yeah,
The
one take, one.
guys,
Yeah, that's impressive.
Consummate professional. So, yeah, thank you very much. They were
Thank you.
exceptional. So, what all needs to be left to say is to say, obviously, what we got? Peggy's is on the 10th of February.
Peggy's is on the 10th of February. I haven't got anything else booked yet, but hopefully I will do soon enough.
Off the back of this, who knows? The offers will come rolling.
Well, maybe, yeah. But all of my gigs and information will be updated when it happens on my Instagram, j.r-music-acoustic.
Very good. Seamless.
Almost professional. Very
Almost professional. But yeah, we're looking forward to hearing what more comes from them fingers and them lips.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I look
know?
forward to showing you
Indeed.
what I can do with my fingers and lips.
Let's take this offline. But for now, we say thank you very much, Mr. James Neall.
Well done, mate.
Well done, mate. Mr.
They say that all good things must come to an end, and the same is true with podcasts. So that is your lot. Stop being greedy. Go and talk to your husband or wife, your kids, a friend, your cellmate, maybe a counsellor, whoever. It's only a few days until we release the next episode, so go and do something productive. Go on, bugger off. Love you.
See you.